Oh, let's see what we've got here. We've been sent this little doohickey here, which automatically collects the eggs for us, which is going to make things a lot easier. For some reason, they sort of lie around there, and it automatically transfers it to my backpack. I don't know how it works. But I'll ask the hound, perhaps he knows. Hi, Douglas. You know how that contraption works? Oh, well, that's all you get of him. Oh, welcome back to Blickling. No, Pat's here. Later in the early spring, still haven't got anywhere near temperature to seed. And I just realised that last time you were there, I misread how much slurry I had. I had 130 odd thousand. So we're going to try and put some slurry on some of these fields. So I've got the slurry spreader set up, and I wish I could talk. Put up the seed. And Pat is very busy sorting out field 9. She's just started to cultivate that, and she's got, which the other one is 4 I think to do as well, so we'll get her to do those 2. She's only going to be here a few days, just her time to cultivate those 2 fields for me. She was hoping to be here longer, but she's needed back in the office apparently. Sorry for some to be needed. Now I'm going to hope that this will take it. It may not yet. If it doesn't, then we will find something else to do. Let's just, oops, get this thing set up and just have a quick look. Whoa. If it doesn't take it, it doesn't take it. There's no great issue. Oh yes, it is taking it. So I started in the wrong place, but there. And what else is new, eh? I'll do the rest of the headlands anyway around here. And hopefully next time you're with us I will start seeding. We should have all the fields just about ready to seed by then. And I've actually got round now, someone suggested, why don't you write things down your old Phil, so you can remember what you're going to be doing. Well, I've done that. I'll write it down. Where? I'm going to put each crop in. All I've got to do is find my old fag packet now, what I wrote it down on. Well, we seem to be doing a halfway decent job here. This should be fun. The turns are always interesting, of course. We'll go and have a look a little bit later once I've done these 2 fields and see how Pat's getting on. She won't be fussing around it too much. I'll just get rid of the animal HUD thingy. So it looks like it's going to be all systems go. We should get everything planted or sown by mid-spring. I'm not doing any planting, it's all sowing. And it's another one of those little jobs which is quite relaxing. I will get GPS on once I've done the headlands and done this first tank alone. I think yes I am, I'm going out a bit. I thought it was. That should be a bit better. Yes, look at that. I'm not too worried if I don't get the lot. As I say every time, it doesn't really matter. Once the majority's done, just up the yield a little bit. You can't actually have everything in this world as much as we might want it. You have to make compromises, and we've still got this snow over here, and I think we're not quite gonna do the headlands on one load, and I think I'm drifting out again. Although because the snow at Norfolk we managed to clear that. Oh yeah, that's where that's the bit we've done. Down the centre to test. There's one thing, you never know whether the soil might already be overloaded with nutrients. We don't want to go too far, or else that's as bad as not having enough in. The plants go a bit wild. You know, like a young child fed a lot of fizzy drinks, you know how wild they can get. Well, the plants can do the same. There was a disease in sugar beet, I think it's wild root, which sent the beet a little bit crazy. We didn't have it in this region, but it was quite common around the country. Right, that'll do. We lift that up, fold it up again, we're going to refill. Then we'll start up and down using GPS. Makes it even easier then. If I can get the straight edges done. No new stuff being added to it except for that egg collector thingy. I still haven't really got around to filling the let's drop that down a bit. It's a bit hard going up there. Yeah, still want to fill the feed mixer right up. But I think all the gear is fairly well serviced. Yeah, we serviced it all at the end of the winter, so we should be alright through until next winter, when we go and do the same again. Looks like we've got some spill to take care of. Now I'm just going to knock this down to B range. This is not the best place to have a slurry, of course. It's handy, but we've got that hill right behind it. We can either back in and drive in and back out, or so I prefer doing drive in, go up that hill and turn around. Right, we just take out a gear and we just refill it. See, we've still got 119,000 at the moment, 118 now. It's dropping, but it's going to be enough, I think, to give each field one layer of slurry. I'm not certain. I think we will probably weed at the first growth stage for a first bit of fertiliser, because most of these have got chopped straw on. And I'm still considering whether, if we increase our milk herd a lot, how many fields are going to want to take straw. I'll certainly take off one again. It's nice and handy and close, and we may well take off two as well. We'll see how much straw we've got when we get to harvest. Give us a better indication how much we're going to want. Alright, there we go. Now you have to be very careful. You can't just swing around here. You'd tip the whole thing over. So you actually have... Yeah, no, it's because they're not going to make the hill. Let's just give it a helping hand. Here we go. Put the diff locks in. We took the four-wheel drive out. Put that back in. Better. Now we can make it up here. But of course with the diffs in, it's hard to turn any vehicle that's got diff locks in, because basically what it does, it locks the differential, and when a vehicle's turning, the outside wheels are turning a lot quicker than the inside. So when you lock them, all wheels are trying to turn at the same speed. Which, I'll just take those off now. We'll up it to the B range. Now we're on the flat, so we can turn. And in fact, if you turn very tightly and slowly, you'll find the inside wheels be turning backwards. It's a hard concept to get, and you can imagine what that can do now. Nice and slow down here. Still, you see we've got some snow about. We've still got 106,000 litres, so we're going to have enough to do this field. I'm afraid one of them we may have to actually roll a couple of fields. I'm going to try not to use any more artificial on here. It's flaming expensive, and it's expensive we can do without, to be honest. And it doesn't do the soil a lot good, the artificial. I much prefer mucking them, but we ain't producing enough muck to look after the fields and the greenhouses. But the muck actually shoves in some body into the field. Especially on heavy land, you want to actually lighten the field up. Well, both heavy and light land. Heavy land, you want the straw what's in the muck to free the field up a bit, and in light land you want the muck in there just to, I suppose, thicken the soil as good a way as any. But here we got slightly heavy land here. Right, let's get up here and get ourselves sorted. I'm going to try and do this without coming too far out of the cab. We'll be turning about here, I would think. Get it pointed roughly straight on. Just put the brake on. Oops. Oh, hit the right button, why don't you? Just knew it. I don't want anything here. Let's see, that's 24, that's not 24 meters, so that is not 24 meters. 12 meters, that give us double what we want, so we just, that's better, 11, that will do. I don't want, now why, this is actually a recommended one by JCB, this particular GPS system, but it does seem to decide. I think we'll try that anyway. See what happens, shall we? What can go wrong? Now, where have I heard that phrase before? Oh, wrong one. That one. It's the one we want. I want run a bit quicker than that, so we just change our settings there. Are we out? Yes, we are. I'm just going to check this because I can't actually see it properly from the cab yet. That's out. Right, let's see what happens. Wish me luck. Get rid of this anyway, I'm not going to need that anymore, I hope. Take the brake off. Get ready to lower the booms and switch on. There we go, we're away. The beauty of using GPS, of course, you don't waste as much. Hello, saying that we're going to have a big gap here where we haven't got any. Unless we've got some over. No, not going over. It's a pity. I think that's part of that must have been where I came out a bit from the edge. And I must have gone in there because we're fine again here. No. Oops, don't want you. Yeah, so our line wasn't very straight. It will be straight from now on. Promise. You won't have seen, but I had my fingers crossed behind my back when I made that promise. Oh, we too high gear, that's better. Get around on the next one. Almost looks like we are slightly over, but never mind. Just wait for us to hit the bit we haven't done before we hit the button, and away we go. If we miss little bits, as I keep saying, I'm not going to lose any sleep over. As long as we don't get 20 metre gaps in it and 20 metre overlaps, I'm not going to worry too much. And it looks like Pat must still be going well. I had no phone call saying help, but then again, she's a better driver than I'll ever be. Again, don't tell her that. It's somewhat embarrassing to have to say that your own daughter is better than you are. I think what it is, this is actually a 12 metre slurry wagon, and I've got GPS set to 11. Shan't bother. Might change it for the next field. But this is as good a way as any to get rid of the slurry. It's a job to get rid of it, if not. I think we're there. It's back of the field again. Turn again, hope we don't hit the bones against the trees, which there are a few. Oh, we missed them all. That will have surprised a few people who've seen me drive. And that's on the side. A certain Mr. Castle is apparently in prison at the moment. And he's glad he's got the bars between me and him. Oh, that's a joke, by the way. Just read the comments on my last Norfolk, or the one before the last Norfolk episode, to get the joke. I don't want to insinuate that Darren's done anything wrong. Well, not what he's been caught for anyway. Oh, we should get another pass done anyway. Yeah, another pass. I think I'll do. Yeah, I'll come back to the end and fill up again. It's going to be better than. Just hit the button at the right time. Oh, so that we actually got it in time. It looks like 12 metre headland in here is about right. I'll go, Pat, but you might have noticed the big tractor. She's a big girl now. She needs a big tractor. I'm not wishing to say anything about her weight, because she's not overweight by any means. In fact, I'd say she's slightly underweight. I do worry about that girl. Since she's moved away from the country into the town, because she works in the office for the company her boyfriend works at, she hasn't got the same rosy cheeks as she had when she was working on the land all the time. Mind your hands are better condition, I'll give her that. Yeah, we should get to the end there, then we'll refill. Excuse me, we'll refill again. We should get this one done on this episode, and I might probably decide to do some off screen. Although I will just say I've got a slight problem doing things off screen at the moment. Coming out of character completely. My good friend Oh, I think he's a friend. I take him as a friend. I hope he takes me as one. Good friend Johnny V has just released his latest one. You most probably will have heard of if you didn't see it. The 24-hour stream that the PCSG guys did for charity. I spent 2 hours on this thing. I didn't do the full 24. Johnny did, but it's good as. But he is a nutcase. Oh, I was going. Oh, wait a minute. You don't want to do that. Take that out again. Fold her up because I want to go and refill, don't I? I forget my head if I wasn't screwed on. That's the one problem with it. It's not a big tank on here. But we're getting there. Well, these are big fields though. And I can't quite get the speed I want. Ground is still a little bit on the soggy side. It's going to get even soggier later. I'm going to be planting or sowing in the wet. Luckily we only got the 6 metre seeder, so it's not overweight. I am thinking of investing in the 9 metre version, or the 9 metre seeder, the Horsch Pronto I think it's called. Get rid of the 6 metre. We've got to think about moving on and getting better equipment. Although, because 6 metre does have one thing going for it, it's flaming quick, and it's almost overdone that bend. It's quick, and it doesn't waste any seed. Not a seed is wasted when you use that. Which is why I bought it in the first place, rather than go for a bigger seeder. We'll just hop across and see how she's doing. Here we are. Oh, she's doing quite well. Not going quick. I don't want her to go quick. We are just trying to get this done as well as we can without speeding away. She's got 9 and it's 4 to do, and I'll tell you what we're going to just do whilst we're out here. Just hop out. Hop out, he says. Run away, run away, run away. If we could see exactly where I was, I'd know what I was doing. No, I don't know if I can. Yeah, I'm not going to leap this fence. Not at my time of life. Let's see what the ripe's looking like. I can't remember if I put a gateway in between these. I put gaps between most of the fields, but of course not this one. But at this end, fence isn't quite as high. Let's see what this looks like. 42% grown. This is going to be the first crop we get off. Will be the ripe, and it looks good. Alright, I'll just get back to my tractor, which is now full. Now I've still got 91,000. Oh, we'll have to put the diff locks in. Now I've seen people roll these. They try to turn here. You're right on the slope, and you turn across the slope. You are going to fall over, especially when you got something heavy on the back. Bale trailers are favourite for that. Oh, the number of bale trailers were head rolled. I've done it myself often, because it means unloading the trailer, getting the telehandler in with forks on to pick it up, restacking all the bales back on the trailer, And the worst of it is if you go and do the same thing again. And yes, it does happen. I think we can get into my normal work ratio. The worst thing about using GPS like this is you can see the lines all the time. I like using the visible GPS system rather than invisible and let the computers take over everything. I like lining myself up with it and then locking to it. It's just me being an old man and not trusting modern technology. Well, I'm not that old. Not as old as that old boy over at the Old Ridge. No, he is old. I keep looking at the obituary column to see whether the old boy's popped his clogs yet. That has to happen soon. Right, let's unfold. We'll be going this way. Yeah, we're not going to finish this off today on screen. Line up roughly with the bonnet, get it back so we're back here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to finish this off today. And look at the time. Well, by the time I've done my wind down, yeah, time for you to leave me anyway. So I'm going to thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber and like Darren, biding time at in this country's case, Her Majesty's pleasure, as it's euphemistically known in this country, or in Clink. And the only form of entertainment you've got is this. I do feel sorry for you. My word, I feel sorry for you. Feel free to subscribe to see even more. And whoops, that's it. I'm just stopping just in time at the moment. No reason for finishing the video here before I don't finish in time. Yes, feel free to subscribe. Always happy if new people aboard. We're a happy little bunch on this channel. Don't take anything too seriously. Alright, let's have a look. Let's hope the tail end swings round in time. That's it. Any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, feel free to post them. I'm always happy to see what my loyal subscribers have to say. If you've got any tales of farming in the past or even today, say what you're up to on the farm today, for example. Feel free to post them. I'm always happy to see that. It gives me more background. I may not use it straight away, I may not use it in the form it's sent to, but believe me, just about everything will get used at some point. You have been warned. Don't expect to be actually name checked if I use it, because I may not remember who said it. I'm getting old, you know. My memory isn't what it should be. It was close. I do one more pass, then I'll let you go. The only downside on JCBs, they're not the fastest turner in the world. They do take a little bit of turning Well, they're that quick, you can't have too quick a speed on the turn-offs. It's too easy to turn them over on the road. You can imagine doing 41 miles an hour and you turn sharp. Yes, even so, you stand a good chance of going over. So the steering's made a little bit slower in some tractors, but I happen to like the JCB. It's the mark I've used almost since they started producing them, and I shall probably keep using them until they stop producing them. Grandfather was like that with the field marshals. He was one of the last people to still use them regularly on the farm around here. I wish I'd have kept them, because they'd be worth a bob or two nowadays. Right, I think with that we're going to say cheerio for now. Cheerio.